slash welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a weekend of my life. So today is Saturday, July 26, 2025. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so we're getting this weekend vlog started pretty early. And I am pretty sure this is going to be a pretty chill weekend. There's two things I want to get done this weekend that I'll be taking y'all along for. One, which is today, I'll be going to a consultation, a hair consultation appointment. I am about to get locks and start my lock journey. It's so funny, I'm like the last person in my family to get locks, so at this point I'm just ready to go ahead and start my lock journey, so I'll take y'all along for that. So I'm super excited for that. And then tomorrow there is a book signing for a book that I'm really interested about, so I'll definitely be taking y'all along with that. And I thought they were all on the same day, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get everything done, but they're actually, one's on Wednesday, Saturday, and then the other one's Sunday. And then I also found another event that's today, but that event is like about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes from where I'm going to be at. So depending on how my lock consultation appointment goes and like what time that ends, I might go to this like bookish market. And if I do, like if I'm able to go, I'll go, but if I'm not, it's like, it is what it is. I've always wanted to go to this bookish market because I see it. They do like at least 2 a month, and for some reason, there is always something that happens where I can't go, but this seems like the day where things are lining up, so I might be able to go to that, so I'll definitely take y'all along for that if I am able to go. But ultimately, I really want to make this weekend a super chill weekend. Just get a lot of resting and relaxing done. A lot of reading. I'm currently reading Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinniman, and I am really enjoying it. I'm about 50% through it. So I hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to get that done this weekend. And then I don't know what I'm going to read next. I'm feeling either thriller or romance, one of those two. So we'll see what I pick up next. But I definitely need to get back into reading because I'm really behind in my reading goal for this year. My goal was to read 30 books and I'm currently at 14. And with me being at 14, that puts me 3 books behind schedule. So hopefully I can get caught up, because I will say the month of June and July have been terrible reading months for me. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get caught up with that. I will say June, I think I only read 1 book, and so far in the month of July, I've read like multiple books, but I haven't finished anything. And I've been softy enoughing things left, right, and center. And this is the only book so far that I have been really enjoying, and like I feel like the desire to continue to push through. So hopefully I'll finish it this weekend, so I can start to knock away my like the deficit I'm in. So we'll see. I don't think I'll be able to read 3 books this weekend because I still have other things I have to do, but I definitely feel confident that I can finish Carl's Doomsday Scenario by the end of this weekend. So there's that. Alright, y'all. So, it is much later in the day. It's about 7:45 at night. And when I tell you today has been one of the most relaxing days I've had in a very long time. It has been like top tier, just flow relaxing. Like no stress, just flowing, just relaxing. And I have thoroughly enjoyed today. And I hope that tomorrow can have the same energy where I'm just flowing and relaxing. Because honestly, I needed that. Like I just needed like a day where I wasn't stressed or I wasn't worried about something or I'm thinking about like, oh crap, I need to get this out or I need to do this. Like I just needed just some time to relax. So, kind of take you all along the day. I didn't get to show y'all anything from my lock consultation appointment. There really wasn't anything to show. It was really a good conversation. I am very excited for the woman to do my locks. We kind of talked about sizing, so that's pretty cool. Talked about style. She said I'm able to get a style, so that's pretty cool. I don't know what style I'm gonna get, so I need to like surf Pinterest and get on Pinterest and figured that out. But overall, I'm so freaking excited. I wish I could like move my appointment up and like do it now, but honestly, I'm about to go into a busy period for work and whatnot, so I already have the appointment scheduled for later in August, like late August. So overall, I'm just excited that it's on the books. So there's that. And then the other thing I kind of mentioned this morning, I was thinking about going to a bookish event. So in the DFW area, there's like 3 book markets that pretty much like cycle out through the DFW area. And there's one book market. There's 2 bookish markets I haven't been to. There's one I go to like all the time, but there's 2 I haven't been to because every single time they're active, either I have something I have to do, or I'm going out of town, or something happens, or I find out about it like where it's already after the fact. All that to say, I found out about one of the bookish markets, and it's actually in Arlington, and it was at this coffee shop that I love going to. So I was able to go, and also at that particular market, there was an author, which let me see if I can go get the books. This author was there, and she was doing she was signing her books, and I was able to get both of her books. I have been wanting these books. When I tell you, I went to one bookish event, walked around the whole bookish event, and I was like, I'm just gonna look around first, figure out what I want to get, and then buy stuff. Literally walked around, was coming back to buy her books, and she just sold out. So when I saw that she would be at that event, I said, oh my gosh, like everything's aligning. So I was able to get there pretty early, and I was able to get both of her books. And I remembered through her socials that there's another book coming out fairly soon, so I look forward to reading both of those and getting her future releases, because she's such a sweet woman. Like, she is so sweet. And every time, like, I've only seen her twice, but both of the times I was able to interact with her, she was really nice. And like today, she was super, super sweet. If you haven't read her books, I definitely would I would recommend it, because she's such a nice person. I haven't read them, so I can't tell you if they're good or not, but I feel pretty confident that they're going to be really good. So look forward to diving into those. And then the other thing I found out, and when I was driving in, was that there was a farmer's market. So I was able to go to the farmer's market. I wound up getting a lemonade, and I started to get some other stuff from just different like vendors there. But then I was like, I know that with the way these next couple weeks are going to happen, these items are going to spoil, because I'm going to be getting up and running and like really not thinking about making food at home. So I was like, I don't want to waste these waste this food. So I didn't get anything besides the tea, but I thought about getting a lot of things, and I was like, ooh, like I can make this, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna make any of these things anytime soon. So there was that. But ultimately it was a really, really good weekend. Well, good day that has happened so far, which I feel like it's gonna be a good weekend. Anyways, let's talk about my current read. Still reading Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I am about 62% into this book, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I still am in love. I do think that I am probably going to be able to finish it this weekend, so I'm super excited for that, which then means I finally will have read a book in the month of July. I would definitely say if I don't finish a book in July, July will be the worst reading month I've had in 2025, because I've been reading about at least 2 books a month. June, I only read 1 book, which was, let's see, what did I read? Oh, now it's gonna be time moving it around. There we go. Silver Elite, that's what I read. And I don't think I did a review, but I thoroughly enjoyed Silver Elite. I rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The beginning was very rough for me. Like the first 20 to 30 pages were rough, and which I talked about in the last vlog. The first 20 to 30 pages were rough. They were. But I think after that, I started to get the flow and get the understanding and whatnot. So it got better. I do know it ended on a cliffhanger, and that was kind of my main reason why I hate reading books that don't have all of the books out in the series, because I get in these weird, it has a really, really wild cliffhanger, and I'm like, okay, so when's the next book coming out? What's the next step in this? Okay, we've released it, what's next? So hopefully book 2 comes out soon, because I really want to know what's next in that storyline. But overall, there's that. But thoroughly enjoying this. I probably want to try to get to I want to try to get to page 300 tonight. Then that leaves me about 51 pages, because this book only has 350. Yeah. The book itself has 351, but there's a bonus chapter at the end. So I'll probably will read that. How much is it with the bonus chapter? How much is it then? It's 370 with the 371 with the bonus chapter. So I'm gonna try to get to page 300 today, and then tomorrow read the last 71 pages. So I kind of have it split, because I don't think I'll be able to read all of it tonight. Even though I could, I do want to split it up, so I'm not just kind of skimming it. I do want to read all of this, because I will be continuing on with this series. So there's that. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so I'm currently sitting outside of the Barnes & Noble where the book signing will be taking place. Apparently this is the largest Barnes & Noble in the Dallas area, so I'll be comparing it to Southlake, because Southlake is the largest one I've been at in the DFW area, so super excited. This one is in Northwest, I believe. That's like Northwest Highway, I think this is what it's called, or Lincoln Park, that's what it's called. So overall, excited to explore. The book signing doesn't start until 2, but it's 1:06 currently. I do need to purchase my copy. I did wind up reserving a copy, so I know I have a copy. So I'll be purchasing that, and then I'm also going to purchase book 3 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So I have been going back and forth if I'm going to start picking it up now. I'm still about 85 to 90% done with book 2, the Carl's Doomsday Scenario. About 85 to 90. I did bring it, but I'm not going to bring it into the store because I don't want them to think I'm like stealing or anything like that. So once I get done, I am going to run to the grocery store, because it's actually a grocery store in the parking lot where the Barnes is. So that kind of worked out. And then I'm going to head home. So let's do it. A new achievement has been unlocked, and that new achievement is I just completed book 2 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It took me pretty much half of July to read it, because I have been in a really, really bad reading slump. June and July have been really just bottom tier reading months for me. I only read 1 book in June and 1 book in July. And I pretty much softy enough to probably about 4 or 5 books. So for me to be able to get through this whole book this month, I really, really appreciated it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were days like I would go without reading, and I just remembered throughout like me reading this book, I was like, I need to get back in this book. I really need to know what's happening. This book was not boring. There was never a boring moment, a lull in this book. There was always stuff happening, always stuff going. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely recommend this series. It does get longer. The future books do get thicker. So I will say that up front. But I mean, I'm only book 2 out of, I think 7 are like officially released. Well, book 7 is getting re-released with new covers, but so far it's 7 confirmed books. I believe there is going to be more books in the series. It does not seem like 7 is the last book. It seems like there's more. I don't know how many more, but overall, I definitely would recommend this series. And if you're into, I think fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing, I think you would thoroughly enjoy this book. So I definitely recommend it. Now, I do have book 3. I am confirming that I'm not jumping immediately into book 3. I think I want to read at least 1 romance and 1 thriller before I jump into book 3. And I definitely feel like I want to get through this very busy period of work. Like I'm in the last little stretch of busy period for work before I jump into book 3. So more than likely, I will not pick up book 3 until probably September or late August, unless I just am, my spirit is calling for me to pick up book 3, but I'm going to hold off for a little bit. So there's that. Now let's talk about what I am going to read next, because one thing about it is once I finish a book, I have to figure out what's next. And I have determined that I want to read a series. I want to continue a series that I'm in, but a romance series. So either I want to finish a series or get caught up in a series. So let's talk about it. So the first book that I'm thinking about is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. This is Cal's book. So, and it's a thick book. So that's kind of one idea. It's also a thick book, so it's kind of making me think like maybe not. And then the other book that I have is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. I'm leaning more towards this one because this one is a very big seasonal book, and I feel like I need to read this before the end of summer. So I'm leaning a lot more towards this one than the other one, but I foresee me probably picking up this one, reading this one, and then jumping into a Final Offer, unless I really want to read a thriller like immediately. So I think I'm going to read this one and see how it goes. So I am about 8 pages in to Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and I am being really in tune with myself. And one thing that I am noticing is that I am very, very tired. Like my energy level is low. I'm very tired right now. So I'm gonna acknowledge where I'm at and I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 8:30, which is very different. I usually can make it to about like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I'm like peacing out. But for some reason right now, I am very, very low energy. So I am going to give my body the rest it deserves and desires. And I also am going to acknowledge that next week is about to be a very, very busy week. So I need all the rest that I can get. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. And yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching this whole entire video. You got to see a lot of cool things this weekend. My weekends are typically not like this. Typically I am big chilling at the house, but this weekend was very busy. So I think my body is now kind of like catching up to me, because it's like, whoa, where's the rest at? We have not rested. So I'm gonna get my rest in and, you know, get back into the swing of things next week. So again, thank you for watching. Peace.